Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're going to unpack something pretty intriguing, ayahuasca.
hmm
Our sources keep calling it the medicine, and, well, it seems to cause these huge shifts in people.
Really dramatic changes.
Yeah, and what got me thinking was this idea that it's not just, temporary. It feels like a really fundamental change.
Right. And what's so striking, what the sources consistently point towards, is that it's not really about becoming someone new.
Oh,
It's almost always described as a process of, well, remembering. Remembering who you've actually always been underneath it all.
okay, remembering. So if it changes people that profoundly, what's going on there? How do the sources explain that remembering?
Well, the way they describe it is that ayahuasca sort of strips away the static.
The static?
Yeah, like it removes the noise between who they think they are and who they've always been. It's less about giving you new answers
Mhm.
and more, as one source vividly puts it, she dissolves the lie.
Dissolves the lies. Wow, what kind of lies are we talking about here generally?
Things like, deep-seated conditioning from society, maybe old traumas, or just those self-limiting beliefs that kind of cloud who you really are.
Yeah.
The things that make you feel anxious or inadequate.
Right, so it clears away the stuff that isn't really you and
Well,
unburdening.
Exactly. It's clearing out what's not authentic.
It's wild to think how much of that static we might carry around. So if it's doing that and it's called the medicine,
Yeah.
what are the actual wounds or, the core issues? It's healing, according to these sources.
That's a really good question. The sources suggest it primarily heals the forgetting,
Just forget.
specifically the illusion of disconnection and also the emotional scars left from lifetimes of pretending they're alone.
Illusion of disconnection, like
Yeah.
feeling isolated.
Yeah, exactly. That often shows up as like chronic loneliness, feeling like you don't belong, maybe just constant anxiety. So it's presented as this powerful return to a natural state of connection, reconnecting you to yourself and to others too.
That sounds incredibly deep, like hitting a reset button.
Mhm.
Okay, but for a lot of people, you mention ayahuasca and they immediately think.
Visions.
Right, visions. Is that what always happens? Does everyone see things or is it, different?
It's very different. The sources are quite clear on this. No, not everyone sees visions.
Really?
Yeah. Some people just feel things very deeply. Some purge physically. And some apparently just sit there in total stillness thinking nothing much happened.
Until.
Until maybe days later, they just wake up,
Hmm.
changed. Real difference.
Huh.
It's never one-size-fits-all thing. Because, and this quote really stuck with me, it's never pretty, it's real.
Okay.
Ayahuasca isn't polite. She's precise. She shows what's ready to be seen, and no less.
Wow. Precise. That hits differently than just, having a wild trip.
Exactly. It meets you where you are. It gives you what's needed, not always what's expected or even wanted.
So it's tailored in a way. Intense, but tailored. Okay, so after all that, the unburdening, the remembering, the precision, what's the end result? What does someone walk away as for you listening?
Well, connecting all these threads, the ultimate outcome described is that people come back not as someone new, but as someone whole.
Whole, not new.
Yeah, it's about integration, rediscovering the self that was already there, just buried, not inventing a brand new person.
So for you listening, what our deep dive suggests is that ayahuasca is framed as this really potent tool for, well, deep self-discovery. And it really seems to focus on remembering who you are, finding that inherent wholeness, rather than this constant modern pressure to become something different, something supposedly better.
It's about shedding illusions, yeah. Reconnecting with your core,
Right. Shedding, not adding.
which really leaves you with a final thought, maybe something to mull over. What does it truly mean to you to remember who you've always been, to feel genuinely whole? It kind of challenges that whole narrative that we always need to be acquiring something new or achieving the next thing just to feel complete, doesn't it?